preface this by saying I am not against the appropriate and discerning use of GLP-1s. However, I do get text messages like this one. Oh God, why is this thing never stable? All the time. This one was from today. Basically, she had a problem, a negative reaction, and that negative reaction is now leading her to some pretty significant health issues. My guess is that she was having issues with her stomach acid before she went on the drug, but nobody tested for that. She probably also has what we consider biliary congestion or some issues going on with the gallbladder, but nobody probably tested for that either, because if they even took blood work and they just looked at like basic bilirubin, they were like, oh, it's fine, failing to look at what her liver enzymes were doing and whether or not her liver could handle toxins being released from the fat cells and process them and keep her healthy. And you might be thinking, why do I care? And why am I posting this video? And why am I talking about this again? And here's why. Every single day on this app and on other apps, I'm now seeing an ad or multiple ads that say, get this specific medication with no prerequisites, even if you have only 5 pounds that you want to lose, or you have no weight to lose, no BMI requirement. And again, I will say, if someone's willing to hand you a drug that we know creates gastroparesis, because we've known that since the beginning, we've known that it slows stomach emptying, we've known that it slows gut emptying, and they're not doing the blood work or the test to check if you even have good gut function beforehand. They are not in it for your health, they are in it to make money off of you. There's several people now talking about the fact that until you get other things in the system balanced, you shouldn't even be talking with anyone regardless about a GLP. And I don't know how much heat they're taking for that, but like, if you're someone who needs a GLP, but your hormones are also way out of whack from like estrogen, thyroid, testosterone, and you aren't looking at changing your eating habits, and you aren't sleeping, and we haven't tested the health of your gut, and we haven't looked at blood work in the last month, your opportunity to benefit rather than receive harm from that particular medication goes down. So if you're already someone who struggles with having a bowel movement every day, this is probably not your best medication, because it's going to further slow that down. And your small intestine, large intestine, colon, all can reabsorb toxins into the bloodstream. If you're someone who struggles with hormonal cyclic migraines, we might want to figure out what's going on in your liver before we throw a bunch of toxins at it that are being released from fat cells. If you have the super wired but tired at the end of the day and my brain won't turn off, making it so that you're not hungry and you stress out your adrenals further because they don't have enough fuel to survive, probably not also our best bet. But again, these are all choices that you have to make. And you have to decide if you want to work with a provider who's just willing to prescribe you whatever you want because that's what you want, or whether you want to be healthy long term. For me, it's not that hard of a decision. For other people, it's complicated. So if you're one of these people in this situation where all of a sudden your stomach's not working and you get tested and things are way out of balance, one of the things that I would advise anyway, regardless, if you're on a GLP, take a digestive enzyme, for God's sakes. Like, your body is already going to have to work so hard to digest food. Just take a digestive enzyme with every meal and take one right before you go to bed. If you do the stomach acid challenge, the 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in 4 ounces of water and it takes you longer than 5 minutes to burp, take the digestive enzyme. If you have low vitamin D status, take vitamin D. If you have really high triglycerides, understand that most likely that's because you're having an insulin issue that you don't know about, but also you might be having an autoimmune issue and you need to get to the bottom of that too. If you're on thyroid medication and you've been on that medication for a while and they just keep upping your dose but you're still having symptoms, get checked for the autoimmune thyroid dysfunction, but also ask to switch medications before you start this. And the best time to build muscle is actually while you have fuel on your body to feed it, not while you've been in deprivation for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, a year. So please start lifting weights while you're on this journey, not at the end of this journey. And the last thing I'll say is try and find a way to feel safe in your own skin. Maybe not content, maybe not happy, but safe. That you are safe in your own person. If you guys would like me to put a link to where you can order your own comprehensive blood work in case your doctor's not willing to do that, put blood work in the comments section.